Hi there. Normally I like to start these videos with some kind of introduction to ease in the topic, but you clicked on the link, you've seen the thumbnail. You know that here, today, I'm going to talk about a big bag of candy. Yes, that's right. I was working from the office again recently and walked over to my favorite candy store and perused the aisles for whatever interesting things I could find, and some interesting things I did find indeed. Indeed. I have 4 items to show you today, and we'll start off with probably the least exciting one, at least from not my point of view. From my point of view, this is the most exciting one, because it is my favorite candy, Clay's Root Beer Hard Candies. This is actually nothing too special. There's nothing weird about it. There's nothing really to say about it. There's just these little hard candies. They are root beer flavored. I just threw the bag on the floor, and they are delicious. I don't know. I've always been, a very big fan of root beer, and in candy form, even better. Because, root beer is soda, and I tend to not drink soda. I'll have a Diet Coke here and there, of course, a Diet Pepsi, preferably. But, yeah, for the most part, I stay away from soda. Because, well, it's the same as candy, right? It's terrible for you, but it's easier to just have, one little piece of candy at a time than to drink a whole big old soda. So, better the devil that's smaller than the devil that's not. Okay, next up in my magical bag of treats is something that I feel like I should have seen a long time ago, but I haven't. And following in the trend of the item I just showed you, here are Mike and Ike's Root Beer Float Candies. Ooh-wee! Wow, I just, I know there's different kinds of Mike and Ike's that are, not easy to find. Anything but the basic ones and what's the blue wildberry, I think? And, the red one, the red box, or is it the pink box? That's Tropical Typhoon. But, it's hard to find a box of Mike and Ike's that's a singular flavor, or a double flavor or something. I'm trying to think what the double flavors would be, but they're eluding me. I used to be, super crazy about Mike and Ike's. I used to eat them all the time. Well, not all the time, but you know. Much more frequently than never, which is how often I eat them now. This is going to be the first box of Mike and Ike's I've had in a long time. And the reason I kind of quit them is not because I was trying to get away from candy or anything, but because I just kind of lost my taste for candy that's really sticky and gets stuck in your teeth. And Mike and Ike's, unfortunately, kind of are one of the worst offenders for that kind of thing. So, yeah, they're delicious, but out. But I couldn't resist getting the root beer ones, so I'm going to try them out, see how they compare to the Clay's hard root beer candies. Well, they're not bad. But the root beer flavor is light, let's say, at best. And now my teeth are just covered in sticky Mike and Ike. Ugh, and I don't like it. I'm gonna be, trying to peel it off my teeth with my tongue for minutes or hours. Which is really gonna set a bad precedent, because I have other candy to try here, and now it's gonna be all tinged with a very light covering of root beer flavor, which, oops, bad idea on my part. I probably could have been more strategic about this, but I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, and this is the kind of thing that happens when you do that. Oops. Alright, Next up is definitely the weirdest thing from the bag. In terms of branding, not necessarily in terms of what the candy... Hey, don't sneak up. I will spoil it. Not necessarily in terms of what the candy is, but yeah, it's just, I saw it and it stood out to me, and it's like, this is almost as strange as the KD gummy candy, and this one is Bob Ross's Flavor Palette Candy. And if you can't tell just from looking at the package, it's definitely, like, Fun Dip. So each of these little flavor sections here has a different flavored candy powder in it. And over on here, you get like this candy stick, which you lick and then dip it in there, and it picks up all the sugary bits. And then you lick it off. And, well, that kind of sounded bad. But that's the general idea with this stuff here. I haven't had Fun Dip since I was less than an adult, so it's been a while. And honestly, Fun Dip, it was cool as a kid, but it doesn't really appeal to me as an adult. But I bought this because this man here, and because you can't see, so I'll bring it closer. The little flavor, or not flavor, but candy dipper thingy is shaped like a paintbrush. That's entirely it, because it's shaped like a paintbrush, or it says that it is, and I know that I'm gonna be disappointed, because it's gonna look way less cool than I'm imagining it to be. But here we go, we're gonna learn the truth about this thing together. So this, is actually really cool. Look at that, it's a little paintbrush. Okay, well, yeah, that's paintbrush. There are 3 flavors on this flavor palette. We have greenest of apple, bluest of raspberry, and colorless strawberry over here on this side. I'm gonna give the green apple a shot because I can tell you right now it's gonna be my least favorite of the 3. And depending on how much I like this, well, not depending on, but I think this will set a precedent of how I will feel about the other 2, so. Give it a little lick. We'll dip her right in here. The candy powder, and you see, it's picked up to green. Could you, yes, see? Look at that. So cool. You know what Fun Dip is. Why am I trying to explain this to you? Anyway. Let's try again. Yeah, that's got no flavor to it. All the flavor is in this thing, and the green apple is... like nothing. It's barely even sweet. Like, it's barely like you're even eating sugar. Oh well, that's a little disappointing, but I bought it for the package. I'm getting what I deserve. Now finally, we have the piece de resistance. Super Mario something or other. 9 Canadian dollars. It's kind of fuzzy, but 9 Canadian dollars for this little bag of, I don't know, gummy candies? You can't see inside. And I can't read it. I don't know moon language. So this takes me back about 20 years. Way long ago. In the distant past, in another land, basically. There's a dollar store out in a little town outside of my city. And they carried these little packages, very much like this, called Nintendo Surprise. And Nintendo Surprise came with a few pieces of gum, some suckers, I think some kind of other candy as well, and little like cards that gave you game hints for like Game Boy Advance games. And they were like not super great in terms of what you get, but it was fun. It was like you get random stuff in the bag, kind of like a surprise bag. I guess it did say surprise on the bag, so it was a surprise bag. And yeah, I picked this up I picked this up as kind of a callback to those times back then. Nintendo surprises were exciting back when I was 17, probably. A little too old for that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to suss out what any of this means. I think there's some gummy candies in here. And a little satchel of something or other. It's hard to say. Like, here's the pictures of what may or may not be inside. And I don't know what that is supposed to be telling me. Actually, maybe. Here, I'll put this here. And then I will have, I don't know, my phone translate this. And I'll show you what it means. Okay, now that that mystery is solved, and I'm going to be recording that after, so I don't know. Present Ryan doesn't know. Some other Ryan does. In another timeline. I'm going to open her up and see what's actually inside. What even the frick? I think it's apples. That's not good. So this is not a very exciting little bag. It's just filled with other little bags, like individual candy bits. Oh, there's nothing cool in here. I've been bamboozled. Okay, so these little things, they have Toad on them. Or sometimes Sumo Bro. Or sometimes Super Mario himself. Or Superstar, or Goomba, or probably like hundreds of other things that I'm not going to bother looking at. I'm just going to open one red and one green, and we'll see what it's all about. Yep, here it is, a little Super Mario candy button. I don't know what to call it. It's got Mario's face on it. This is the one that was in the Mario package. Do they all have different faces on them? Oh! I'm kidding, of course. It doesn't smell that bad. It's actually... It smells like cheap gummy worms. Oh, it's tough. I don't know what that flavor is supposed to be. It may be generic. It may be strawberry. And I'm gonna say that the green one here is probably gonna be some kind of apple variant. Whether it's green apple or sour green apple. Oh, this one. Alright, so they don't match the character on the bag, obviously. Because that one had a Toad on it, but it's actually... like impossible to tell, but it's a Koopa shell. Look at that. I think I was holding it upside down. Here. Does that look more reasonable to you? Camera, focus. Man, I am not the kind of person who enjoys green apple candy most of the time, but that was really good. It's like tempered a little. Feels like it's almost combined with something else, just like pure sugar flavor perhaps. So the green apple doesn't come out as strongly, but I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, it's way better than the red one. So unfortunately, there isn't much more in this little Mario bag to talk about. I was hoping it would have different different items inside. Alas, that is not the case. And it's just the candy buttons. Of which one flavor is good and one flavor is kind of nothing. So boo. And that actually brings us to the end of this video. I've talked about all the candy I purchased. The root beer hard candies. The Mike and Ike root beer. That was the end of that sentence. The Bob Ross Fun Dip. And the Super Mario gummies. Out of the 4 candies, I keep looking this way because they're all sitting here on the bed next to me. Out of the 4 candies, the Clay's root beer hard candies are still far and away my favorite. No question there. I think probably I would put the Mario candies next. in terms of the green apple one, and then the Mike and Ike root beer, and then the Mario candy red, which I'm still gonna say is strawberry, but doesn't taste at all like strawberry candy. And then Bob Ross on the bottom, because as much as I like the packaging and the little paintbrush, it just the like the fun dip itself doesn't have any flavor, which makes me sad. I was hoping for flavor, and alas, there is none. So that does it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye!